Pray for Ferrari. Everyone join your hands. 2 seconds.
But Toto will jump off a cliff and land right in front of Kimi's car.
There are only 2 drivers who have ruled Barca since 2016. Max Verstappen.
Yeah!
And there is also a very crazy, explosive, insane rumor that we heard this week.
I don't even want to get into it.
Speaking of collabs, I don't understand.
I knew it! I knew you were gonna do that! What's up, rookies?
Welcome back to our 20th episode.
I didn't think we'd last this long. Genuinely.
I know. I know. Not about lasting so long or like not doing it, but just like being consistent.
Yeah.
And actually putting out content over there. Like I feel like almost for 3 months now. That's crazy.
Should it's been 3 months. I think that's the bigger feat than the 20th episode.
What? We started like March 12th, 13th. So it will be 3 months.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane that we've been doing this for 3 months.
Yeah. Now, some content creators will say 3 months is like baby steps.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but onwards and upwards. And we are at the precipice of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Oh my god, I am waiting.
Yeah.
For this. Mainly because I don't know, most people don't consider it as like a prestige race, but I kind of do.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the oldest tracks in like F1 history.
It is one of the oldest, and currently the only track in Spain, but not for long, because we know Madrid is coming. Mad Ring, as they already have named it. So I'm excited, and it's the last of the triple header. So I'm a little tired.
Yeah, it's been a bit hectic for us, you know.
For sure. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great race. And as always, I have some facts for you.
Of course.
So, like you already said, this is one of the oldest tracks on the calendar, and it's been there since 1951.
So essentially, this track has been around since the start. Like 1950, we got the first year of F1, and this is like second year. This was there.
Yeah. And because of that, I mean, most drivers know this track like the back of their hand. So this is not going to have any of the rookie track excitement.
But we have rookies on the track.
We do have rookies on the track. There's always going to be rookie excitement, I guess. It is 4.657 kilometers long.
That's not too much.
Yeah. However, overtaking over here also is pretty tricky. Turn 1 is actually considered to be one of the only spots you can pass at.
Really?
Yeah. But it's also the trickiest corner. So,
I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Turn 4 and 5 are one of the nastiest turns because it's a downhill braking zone.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. But all this said, the safety car percentage is pretty low at Barcelona. It's only at 25%.
That's great. That means we get to watch the race go off in one single flow.
Just to remind you guys, Monaco was above 40% for the safety car.
Really?
Yeah.
Monaco.
We're not there yet. So for Barca, a lot of the teams have a 2-pit strategy. Some even go on to have a 3-pit strategy.
Wait, how many laps are they doing here?
I am not sure about the lap count, but I think it's in the late 50s.
Yeah, because 4.6 kilometers long, then even 50 laps on that. Okay, no, wait, they have downwards, like a downhill braking and all of that.
And it's very hot.
Yeah, okay.
So, downhill braking, very hot, rear tires.
They're gone.
Fair. So, a lot of teams do 3 pit stops. Pray for Ferrari. Everyone join your hands. 2 seconds. Okay. And speaking of Monaco, quite like Monaco, the qualifying is very important in Barca. Because overtaking chances are very few.
Fair.
And the stat is, in no fewer than 24 races here has the pole sitter gone on to win
the race.
The race.
So it's essentially a quali race. Are you free on Saturday? We'll just record our reactions on Saturday only. Why do we need to watch Sunday?
Yeah, should we just jump into the fact that we kind of broke the internet? No, okay, let's not give ourselves that much of
we broke the space around us.
Yeah, the small
little bubble around us popped. It's just like,
yeah,
what, dude? Like, okay, I get it that we're rookie viewers, and that's the whole point. Yeah. It's rookie season. We're rookie viewers. We're new to the sport.
Yeah,
but I still very wholeheartedly believe, and it's like you said, overtaking isn't the only part of the sport that counts. There is a lot else to do.
A little bit of our podcast listeners and our YouTube viewers, a little bit of context.
Sorry.
Yeah, because all of it happened on Instagram.
Sorry.
So guys, on Instagram, a lot of people were triggered because we said we enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah.
We actually didn't even say much. We just said Monaco Grand Prix is boring, and then like put in our reactions of us getting excited, which we truly were.
Yeah, those were genuine reactions, guys. Yeah. None of us acted. Firstly, if we tried to act, y'all would tell. We're bad at that shit. But those are very genuine reactions, and I don't see why. There was like,
so they were
so triggered. Like, oh my god, calm down.
It's almost like you would imagine that an F1 fan would be happy that we enjoyed an F1 race. But no, they weren't.
Nobody was happy about it. Not one person.
Like, how dare you have fun?
Yeah. You're supposed to be bored. You cannot have fun this time. This is like such a big ass race, but no fun for you.
And yeah, I think you were saying overtaking is not
the only part of this game. Like, there is so much more. There is strategies. There is a whole part about driving itself. Like, these drivers need to have such tough levels of skills. Just okay, even if we take our reaction to the Leclerc or Lando fight.
Yeah.
The amount of skill it takes for someone like Leclerc to keep a car right behind Lando
lap after lap.
Yeah, and in under half a second's gap. Yeah. Lap after lap for so long, not messing up even once, still pushing the car as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. It's something to watch. Now, if that doesn't excite you, guys, stop watching. Stop watching. What are you all watching for? You're all watching for cars to go vroom vroom? Is that what you're all watching for? Because then y'all can watch that on like Instagram. You can watch that on YouTube. You can watch that literally anywhere. Why are you staying up on Sundays and watching these races?
Yeah. I mean, it is not the most exciting race. It's just not, okay? But if someone just asked me, I think I enjoyed Monaco more than Japan.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone would be so triggered if you had said
I think they might. Right now, this statement also is going to go on. How dare you say Japan was more boring than Monaco? Yeah, man.
And then I am a huge Leclerc fan, and for him to be
P2, Hammy to come up P5, I was so happy.
And Verstappen's strategy had me like, what was he doing? He, like, a lot of people have this whole, you know how there's a side of the internet which ships drivers together. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole like Leclerc Verstappen shipping side of the internet. Yeah, full. Wow. Like, that's a thing. Okay, fanfic.
Look out, Kelly. Look out. Someone's coming for your man.
And Alexandra. But so they are so convinced that Max was helping Charles out of like love. Okay, not because the other two, like Lando and Oscar, are closer to him driver championship points, but out of love for Leclerc, he was helping him out.
Wow.
But even that's entertaining, right? Like,
yeah.
Everyone's allowed to have a little bit of their own opinion on the internet, guys. All we can do is respect it.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Also, context, guys. We weren't sitting in a dark, dingy room with a laptop and trying to watch this race. We were having fun out there, all right? So
try it out.
Yeah, maybe like give it a shot.
Yeah, we were with a lot of friends. Everyone was excited, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
We leave it at that.
Great fun for us.
Yeah, we had a great time. Coming back to Spain, I think Spain's an important track for a few other reasons also, right? A few fun facts about Spain and its drivers.
Okay, I have to give you the funniest fact about Spain. While speaking about fun facts, this is the funniest fact.
Okay.
Do you know Spain has had one of the shortest lived Sunday races for a driver? An exact of 2.56 seconds is how long he lasted on track. The guy I speak about, of course, is Kimi Räikkönen.
Oh my god!
Believe it or not, it's lights out and away he goes. That's how, as long as I took to say it, is how as long as he took to break his right front tire.
How on
he went straight into the guy in front.
Oh.
he's literally like, he's left his clutch and he's gone straight into the car ahead, and he's like broken his car apart. That's it. That's the end to Kimi Räikkönen in 2003.
That is sad. That is a statistic I feel like Stroll is coming for, you know.
The thing with Stroll is he'll have the longest ever race done while also giving out the most amount of like crashes.
Mm-hmm.
He won't crash just once in a race.
Yeah,
he will cause havoc throughout.
Yeah, that's true. And okay, however, while we always take Stroll's case, Nepo baby, all of that, there's another statistic we just cannot ignore. He has 100% more points than Fernando Alonso this year till now.
Serious?
Yeah.
But okay, listen, when was the last time Alonso actually won?
Well, it was in Spain.
No fucking way. Come on. Are you serious right now? You're messing with me.
His last win, Fernando Alonso last took the top step of the podium in 2013 in Spain.
How do you like them apples? Seriously, man? Like, my mind is blown that it's come to this. And at the fact that Alonso hasn't been on the first step of the podium in 13 years. Like, this would be the 13th year. He's not going off this time either.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yeah. I mean, he's taken second and third. But first
the top step, you know, like, yikes.
So, yeah, it's not been the best.
That wasn't a fun fact right now.
You asked, I answered.
That was not a fun fact. I'm just like feeling bad for Grandpa Alonso.
Oh, yeah. And he's just been having a bad year. Like, he's just had a string of bad luck also. His car's just been doing back shit.
Yeah.
Like, what happened in Monaco? It just like, again, just stopped
working. It just stopped working for him. It's just, the car just gave up. Both manager and the signee, by the way, were out.
They went and chilled on the yacht.
They were on their own yacht, just like strategizing with Bortoletto. Did you hear? Oh my god, the steam coming off that guy's helmet.
Yeah.
Oh man, you do not want to be saying that kind of stuff on radio, Gabby. Like, relax.
Bortoletto got a little too angry about his crash with Kimi. And he pretty much has warned Kimi that he's taking Kimi into the wall next race.
Yeah.
So come
Barcelona.
Kimi,
watch out, please, or just stay top 10. He's not gonna reach you then. That's all I can say.
Oh my god, Kimi is gonna be driving so quick this quality.
I cannot get caught by this guy.
I have to be in the top 5.
Yeah. Although Kimi and Russell are really going to be pulling some tricks.
I think so. Because Russell, he was like one race win away from really challenging the Drivers' Championship.
Really?
Yeah. Like one win and he would have crossed Max. And gotten quite close, I think, to Lando and Oscar. Not
very close,
but yeah.
Close.
But now with the last, how his last race went, it's become a little bit more difficult. But he's still in the contention. The Drivers' Championship is currently between 4 drivers.
Speaking of, I want to just like sprinkle another little bit of hope, which I know like we're supposed to do later, but I'm too excited. The constructors table, while the top step looks absolutely set in stone, the second step is quite insane.
Yeah.
You've got Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari all at an average distance of 2 points.
Mercedes is at 147. Red Bull, or should I say Max Verstappen's at 143.
143 or 145? Okay.
And Ferrari is just at 142. Like, there's a point between Ferrari and Red Bull / Verstappen.
So we're definitely getting that, right?
Yeah. I mean, we have 2 drivers. Red Bull has 1. Sorry, you keep it.
You need you put up your socks, we'll count you in. No more kacha nimbu for you.
That's true. He's had quite a few races. But which is shocking to me. I don't know why. In my head, I thought we were competing with Williams for top 5.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just going so horribly for Ferrari this year. I think that's been the narrative between the fans and everyone else, that Ferrari's they should just write this year off and go into 26.
But I mean, okay, even if you take Lulu alone, like just him specifically, he's doing better than he was last year with Merc.
Yeah.
At every point in the series up till now, he has been doing better than he was last year with Merc.
Yeah.
And we all know where he placed with Merc last year.
Yeah, I think he was 6th in the Drivers' Championship. Yeah. So I think it's like all about expectations, right? Obviously, like, while the realistic people knew that it's not like Hamilton can come in and do miracles in his first year.
Yeah.
But there was this crazy expectation / hope also that like, oh my God, what if he comes and like wins his eighth? And with Ferrari, we've kind of discussed it before. How have they gone from almost being constructor champions last year to like really frailing about this year? So I think it had really skipped everyone's radar that they're not doing that terribly.
Yeah.
They are in contention for 2nd place, and maybe
they're essentially in contention for their old spot.
Yeah,
which is great. In my opinion.
Which is good. Mercedes really did badly last race, so I mean they're not going to get it easy. Like Ferrari is not going to get it easy because once Mercedes is back doing well, they have 2 drivers who are performing.
Right.
So let's see.
But it's a fun battle to watch out for now. Like it gives me as a Ferrari fan a lot of hope for the coming of the season.
I agree. And this is going to cheer you up too, because there are only 2 drivers who have ruled Barca since 2016.
You hear that name?
Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Change my horse now.
Well, one of them is Max Verstappen, and the other is obviously Sir Lewis Hamilton. So Max has won the last 3 races in Barca, and before that, it was all Lewis since 2016.
I like the sound of that. Okay, I'm back.
Like imagine almost 10 years, 2 drivers have taken every win.
Insane. Like I get that there was the whole Max and Lewis era where they were battling it out. But to be very honest, I don't think you can really classify it as an era if you look at just Barcelona, because it's been Lewis, Max, and now undecided.
Undecided, maybe one of them again.
I have a feeling it's going to be
Max. Yeah, because I have a stat which I'm not gonna like, which is that this year, whichever track Max has already won thrice at, Japan, and Imola, he's won his 4th. So, going into Spain, is he going to win his 4th again?
Madrid can't come faster. But, okay, on a serious note, I think he's in very, very high contention right now to win his 4th. Last race was not good for him or the team. And, everyone's going to want to, like, really pull their socks up since they're back on track rather than being on a street.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the major puller again to see Ferrari try to keep these guys away and try to get some positions, and to see Red Bull honestly battle it out with McLaren once again.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I just have a very, very funny meme I must address before we go on to more serious things, which is the meme was something like, Flavio can't believe that Red Bull...
I saw this. Please enlighten the world.
Like Flavio can't believe Red Bull just waited for a red flag instead of sending Yuki into the barriers. This is all alluding to Crashgate. So if you're not familiar with Flavio and the whole Crashgate controversy, you might not find this as funny, but I found it hilarious.
It is hilarious. You have a... Yeah, it's funny. Please guys, if y'all don't understand what we're talking about, please look up the words Crashgate, or watch out. I might explain it soon.
Oh no. Yeah, Colapinto, though I don't think he has to have a Crashgate to crash though.
They can't make him crash now, but that's the problem.
But it's so believable. Like if Colapinto crashes, no one will question it.
True that.
They'll be like, अच्छा फिर इससे हो गया.
कोई बात हो जाता है. Yeah, that's true. Speaking of like Alpine crashing, the Gasly had a pretty
good.
And he made it to the pit.
Yeah.
And then he blocked the pit entrance. The most comical shit I've seen in a while, dude.
Things that made Monaco interesting. Okay, not gonna go back there.
We can't harp on this anymore now.
And yeah, I think getting back to serious stuff, the reason that Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull will be feeling very optimistic going into Barca is because the flexi wing that we have been talking about and hearing about since like before the beginning of this season, that implementation is kicking in Barca.
Finally.
Yeah.
Is it going to be making much of a difference?
See, I don't think so. They already had like they already made changes to it. Like by the laws they had to make it like the flexi wing could only turn like 15 millimeters. Millimeters? Am I saying this right? Yeah. Now from Barca it can only turn 10.
Okay.
So like 5, is that really is that the reason McLaren's winning? I don't think so.
I don't think it's the reason they're winning. I mean, they've got a lot of great machines working together, into that entire car. They've got a lot of different components that are working out together for them to reach a point. But that being said, let me give you an example of Ferrari itself, all right? For Monaco, they used last year's rear wing.
They should just use last year's car.
How they wish they could. But since they couldn't, they used last year's rear wing. Now you saw the difference in Charles' performance throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
He was constantly back up on the podium because that wing was so well tuned to the track itself with a heavy downforce setup. Similarly, now you can imagine how much just that 0.5 mm can make a difference to the downforce on track, which is a much flatter surface, a much flatter, a much smoother incline and decline as well.
Fair. So, I mean, all of the principals are asked about this after Monaco. Toto kind of gave a very Toto answer where he was like, I don't know if it'll help, blah, 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 I'm not very optimistic, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Toto had a very flat out key. Boss, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. He's also playing it safe because obviously.
It's Toto.
Yeah. But Fred Vassell is actually super optimistic. He thinks this is going to change the game.
He always thinks his fucking moves are going to change the game. He said this when he hired Lewis also. We're going to change the face of Ferrari. What you changed?
He changed the face of Ferrari. It went from a hot Spaniard to like Lewis Hamilton, which is also not bad. But he did change the face.
He did change the face. He went too literal with it, man.
But no, he sounded super optimistic. And Christian Horner said something interesting, which is that their aim, Red Bull's aim going into Spain, was that they are only one win away from the McLaren drivers in the Drivers' Championship in points.
Okay. I was wondering.
So their thing was to be in that gap where only like one win will put them
into the top. Yeah.
Okay. So he said something like that was the aim going into Barca because we all know what's happening in Barca.
Right.
So it sounded like, okay, Horner, I think he's super optimistic.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's
optimistic.
Except Toto.
But Toto has a habit of downplaying his stuff, Then when he knows he's got an ace up his sleeve, he will downplay it. He always does that.
Toto actually spoke well for Ferrari because he was like, Ferrari is the one who's gone most conservative on their whole flexi wing thing. So they are the car who's very used to not having this advantage.
Right.
So he thinks it's going to actually help Ferrari the most. And Ferrari is optimistic. And it's Lewis's track, half of Lewis's track.
Yeah.
So all in all, should we go into our predictions and say Lewis?
I'm done. I am so ready for that.
But I mean, McLaren, I think we were discussing before this podcast we recorded, they have quite a few tricks. Like flexi wing is not their only thing.
Yeah.
They have been known to be managing their tires really well.
Yeah, they add a lot of water to it. We've seen Zach drink it also.
That tire water jug was too funny.
It was so funny. And kudos to Zach to play it that way as well. It was a brilliant move for him to just put a sticker that said tire water on a bottle and start drinking from it.
Yeah.
It's not like it was already there. It was something that he did in the moment.
Of course.
And like it was a very cool thing for a team, like for a CEO to do just very randomly on screen.
Yeah, like Horner made a comment, right, about it.
So Horner tried to give y'all and everyone some context out here. What Horner tried to do is 3 races back, he was essentially checking with thermal imagery how everyone's tires are reacting, and they realized that somehow McLaren's tires aren't heating up as much as the rest. That made them think that these guys are adding water to the tires. So he went and complained to the FIA to look into Zach to check whether these guys, McLaren, have been using water in their tires as an additional coolant to keep the tires cool. And of course, they went and checked. There was nothing like that. That did give the reveal of why
tire water.
Why tire water has become such a big thing now. And it also did reveal why McLaren was able to keep their tires cooler. Now, I'm going to let you explain this part because I haven't truly understood it myself.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, it's got something to do with the brakes and the cooling of the brakes. I'm not too sure.
So, from my little scientific research, basically they have done something really cool to their rear brakes duct design.
Okay.
But they have like this extra thing in their braking system, which is helping the tire temperature, keeping the tires cooler.
So it's essentially not letting the brakes heat up as much.
Yeah, which is in turn helping the tires and the degradation.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, and this is most like it has worked really well in hotter tracks like Barca. So this has been a big advantage for them. They don't have to worry about their rear tires as much as the other teams.
But I mean, you spoke of turn 4 and 5 being a downhill braking turn, right? That destroys your front tires as well.
Yeah.
So while they might have straight line pace, when it comes to the turns, they're still going to struggle.
I mean, I don't. So my research said rear brake duct design, but I don't know. Is it on just the rear brakes?
Yeah. So usually what happens is because your rear tires are because your rear tires are slightly larger than the front tires.
Correct.
The drum used for the braking is also larger and slightly like more
they can do innovations to that. And there is also a very crazy, explosive, insane rumor that we heard this week.
I don't even want to get into it.
We have to get into it.
I don't even want to think about it happening. Like, okay, guys, to give y'all some more context before I go into depression. It's been rumored that Ferrari is in talks with Christian Horner to bring him aboard next season while Red Bull lets him go. Firstly, I don't know who Red Bull's going to get.
Fred Vassar. Allegedly.
Nay, bro, you can't do that.
Of course not.
Okay, one of the biggest things that and this is the way I see it at least, Vassar is in such a great spot for Ferrari right now. Worked with Charles's youth, worked with Hamilton's youth, knows both of them, knows their temperament, knows exactly how to handle these drivers. Knows Ferrari since the past 3 years, made them reach a winning standpoint and a competing standpoint after a very long time. Why would you let this guy go now?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of what was happening with the whole Max and Mercedes scenario. I think it's just them hearing rumors that, Horner might get sacked at Red Bull. Let's see if we can get Horner.
Do what with them?
It's just getting like greedy, and getting like the lust for the champions, because obviously he's been the principal when Red Bull's had its biggest wins.
But I mean, when they had the chance, they should have just pounced on taking Newey. They had the money too.
Yeah.
When the time was ripe for them to take Adrian, they should have just done it. Why Christian Horner of everyone? What is he going to get you? Like, genuinely, what is that guy going to get you? He's never worked with Lewis. He's competed against him. He's never worked with Charles. He's competed against him. What could a team principal like this now serve you? Also, is it just me? or are we through the year up till now? Are we hearing a lot of rumors about Red Bull being essentially disbanded?
It seems like that.
Right?
Who's going to be left?
Marco's going, Max is going, Horner's going.
But I mean, everyone's refuting the rumors. Max has said he's staying.
Yeah.
Marco, I mean, who cares?
He'll retire. Someone else will come as consultant.
And Horner, like I don't see it happening. Especially until they also have a good replacement for him.
Exactly.
And I think it's just all fluff rumors, like everything to so although they're like top bosses in a way, they have to be kept in check, right? So I think all these like, oh, you're gonna be fired, you're gonna be freaking fired, is like just to keep them like gunning for the championship. Is my
keep them motivated.
Yeah. Because why would they let Horner go? And imagine Horner and Hamilton in a team. Hamilton's gonna be like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
I will leave and go where? Red Bull.
Oh my god, imagine.
Toto will fucking jump off a cliff. Forget Max. Max won't say anything. But Toto will jump off a cliff and land right in front of Kimi's car.
No, I meant, oh my god, Max in the sense of imagine Max and Hamilton in the same team.
That's pretty epic.
Right? I think it was, again, I bring them up so often, but Pit Stop had an episode where they were talking about how Papa Stroll and Newey have the chance of a lifetime to be the team that pulls it off. They were like, poach both of them.
Yeah. They do actually have the power and the space.
And the money.
And the money, yeah. But I mean, now they can't do it at Lewis now. They had the chance.
2 years back.
2 years back, it's going to be something else. Trust me, it's not going to be called Aston Martin.
What's it going to be called? Stroll and Co.
No. I have a feeling like someone's going to come in.
Really?
Yeah.
But why are they building up such a huge team if someone else is going to come in?
He
was the one who came in and like got this team, right?
Yeah, but like, okay, it's just as simple as like Ferrari HP. The name comes and goes, but the team stays the same at the end of the day. It's still Ferrari at its heart.
Yeah.
Even though now there's a lot of blue and white scenes happening.
It can be just not. And speaking of colors, steak.
One sec. Let's give them context before we get into it this time.
Okay.
So Steak, guys, is apparently coming up with a special livery just for Barcelona. Do have a look. Spot the difference. HR has requested that you spot the difference. And we can hold 2 pictures up. And then you all can try. But the trick is that there is no difference.
It's like they took the patches of green and the patches of black and they said, let's just switch it and call it a new livery.
Not even switch it. I feel like they had these 2 layers. And they just like...
Yeah. DJ mixed it a little bit.
And they placed it back onto the car. We're like, okay, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. This works. I don't know what kind of art they're trying to do. The car does not look any different for Barcelona. Or at least like, I didn't see any special like detailing.
When you told me they have a new livery and I saw it, I was like, Jashan's gone mad. Nothing has changed. This is the same car. But you know, Steak, I'm sorry. Who's even looking at them? Like
Gabby and Alonso.
And Kimi in his rear view.
Kimi
Vicky is not coming for him. But yeah, like if you all want your car to be known to Steak, maybe do something a little wild because...
Yeah, I agree. You know, like maybe step away from the green for a second, step away from the black for a second. I don't know.
Just switch it up a little bit at least.
I agree.
Yeah, and speaking of collabs, I don't understand.
Sting! I knew it. I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I waited. I was just staring at you, waiting for it.
Oh my god.
Guys, please help us. Is it just us or is that Sting really there? Like I can't genuinely tell anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know if they have manipulated the audio a little bit to make it sound like Sting. I have to really keep my ears peeled.
Yeah, you really like stick your ear to it and check.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm hallucinating right now. If enough people have said Sting, that I am just like stinging.
Hearing it.
Yeah.
Can we play once? Should we just play it once?
Yeah, let's hear it. Armin van Buren. Sting!
I was watching the Formula One racing yesterday. I recorded some of these sounds, and I swear I heard something. Can you hear it? Let's go closer. More, more. What do you hear? Sting, sting, sting.
So yeah, like when I first saw all these influencers, Kushmani, actors, Ranveer Singh, everyone like doing this, I was like, everyone got mad. Why is everyone listening to this and going crazy? And then I realized it's the brand Sting, which today you informed me is a Pepsi brand.
Yeah, of course. So it's essentially PepsiCo is going to like start becoming a sponsor for F1 itself, not any specific team, but the brand F1. And they've given 3 of their products. I believe it's Doritos, Gatorade, and Sting. Sting. That's going to be part of a lot of future F1 collaborations. And
so you're telling me
that
it just so happened that Sting.
No, I'm telling you right now. When we heard it, it felt like someone in the background was saying Sting, Sting.
I think they've manipulated this audio, and we will check, and y'all also check, and then let's all like go and comment under ad.
Amen, man. Yours gonna hear a earful. Not a Sting, but of ours. Nutty motherfucker.
Okay, and before we get into predictions, one last thing: F1 Academy, as well as the F4 show, have both dropped. I think they're both out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, now we gotta watch this also. And like, give our thoughts.
At least I mean the Formula Academy premiere happened.
So they had a red carpet and stuff. I saw that.
So I think it's out, or it's coming out this week. And exciting
reviews soon.
Yeah, reviews soon
for sure.
We'll figure a different format from the seat.
Yes, please.
That was so hard for you to edit.
It was so hard for me to edit. It must have been harder for them to watch.
Yeah, it didn't do that well for us either. So we'll find a different format. Yeah. We'll still review it. And I think it's time for predictions.
You go first. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I have mine so ready.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I've had it ready for a while now.
Wow.
Yeah. It's obviously not going to have the McLarens in it. This is like the standing instruction for all predictions going forward. P3, Carlos Sainz. Home race.
Okay.
And I think he can. P2, Hamilton.
Yeah.
P1, Max Verstappen.
God. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I'll go now. Okay, for P3, I have George Russell. For P2, I have Max Verstappen.
Ooh, okay.
And for P1, I have Sir Lewis Hamilton.
So P2 and P1 are just...
Yeah, we're swapping them out. But our P3s, I must say, are very interesting choices.
Well, your P3 is the safest P3.
Actually, that's true.
Like, he is the P3.
Yeah, he is P3.
Yeah. Mine, on the other hand, is an ambitious one. But I said it at the end of our last podcast that Charles found his form in Monaco. Is Sainz going to find
his form in Barcelona? Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Can only be hopeful. If there's not this race, then when?
Prediction is really turning into a nice little game now.
Yeah, we've really changed the rules from when we began. Now we are just free flowing.
Yeah,
whatever
we're not really predicting anymore. We're just like praying.
That's true.
Just change it from race predictions to race prayers.
Hamilton, Leclerc. Okay,
that's it. और कोई नहीं
और नहीं
Fred Vassar को डाल चलेगा.
Sainz पे थोड़ा.
हाँ, okay. Yes. I'll take it.
ठीक है. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
We're done for the Spanish Grand Prix. Jashan is going to be doing solo live reaction on Instagram. If I can, I will drop it for a little bit. But
and we also need to address one more thing. We won't be there next week. We have no race next week.
But we will be there. We'll come back with something.
Actually, should we like
take a break?
No, I was gonna just tell them what we're planning.
Oh, we gotta give a hint already, right?
Yeah, but now it becomes more into play. We can talk about the flexing in detail.
Wait, we're talking about the interview, right?
Yeah.
No, but we shouldn't tell them who it's with and what.
That's why I didn't say that. I just said we can talk about the flexing in detail.
Yeah. We are the rookies are gonna get not so rookie
lesson
soon from someone you would be very interested on hearing from. If you are not subscribing for us, subscribe for
our surprise guest.
Yeah, possible podcast. Not possible, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed. We're doing it.
Yeah, who's coming soon. Very soon. The interview is happening next week, which we've got to prep for. Yep. So let's say bye to them.
Okay. All right. Bye.
See you.